this decision, as you're thinking about it, this is more than just thinking about where to live. It's not just a place to live. I mean, we all want a really nice place to live, a place that feels comfortable, that feels like home, that the culture feels right to us and all those things. But it's so much more than just a place to live. It's really more about how to live. No matter what you ultimately choose, it's really a decision about how you want to live and what are the opportunities going to be for you. How are you going to best, what's the situation where you are going to thrive the most as an individual and with your health and your purpose and your social engagements. And I can tell you, because I have observed this many, many times, that at CCRCs in particular, there is sort of this group buy-in approach where the residents, because of the nature of this option, that you kind of have everything you need, that residents, they're not planning on leaving, in other words, right? And so you have this shared sort of, we're neighbors, this is our home, we're in this together. And what's nice about it is that if a resident does need care within that community, they have all their friends there that are right there with them to support them through that. I was speaking at a community a couple of weeks ago, and a lady stood up at the end and she told me, she said, she was a resident. She said, I've lived here for however many years it was, and she said, I fell, something like that, and I had to go into the healthcare center. And she said, I never felt alone because all of my friends were there. They would visit me, and when I came back, they were right there to welcome me. Now, that's quite different than some of these other options where something happens, particularly if it's suddenly, and now you have to go somewhere, not because you've chosen to, because you have to, and you don't know anybody there. You don't know the staff, you don't know the residents. That's why a lot of times a person's health goes down when that happens, because it's an emotional shock to the system on top of everything else that's going on in that moment. So as I said earlier, I'm not trying to convince you one way or the other. I'm just sharing with you things I have heard and observed that hopefully will help inform your decision. There's no perfect decision. There's trade-offs to everything. There are pros and cons to everything. And so I encourage people, don't try to find the perfect choice. You're trying to find the one that's closest to perfect.